Hey, this is Kase here with The Weekend Gamer, and we're talking to one of the premier Star Wars illustrators, Mr. Dave Dorman. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Now, I see everyone is trying to come around and sign a certain poster about a certain legion of people. Can you give us some information about that?
Yeah, it's the 501st Legion. They're Darth Vader's personal bodyguards, personal army. They're called Vader's Fist. And basically, it's a group of fans that enjoy costuming. They dress up as the stormtroopers, the scout troopers, the sand troopers, and they do a lot of good. They do charity shows, they do parades, and it's a fun group to be involved in. And for this show here, the Celebration 4, I did a piece of artwork featuring Lord Vader and the 501st Stormtrooper Legion. And so I have a lot of the guys coming over, shaking my hand, and it's a very good piece. It sold out very quickly, very popular piece for the convention, and I was very happy with the way it came out.
Well, I'm glad you told me that they do charity work and other nice things, because I'm sitting here figuring, like, what kind of people purposely pick to be on Darth Vader's side? Like, I'm like, what's wrong with these people? But you said they're nice, huh?
Well, they are very nice. Most of them are ex-policemen or ex-servicemen. They're very respectable of authority, and they're very polite, and it's just a great group of people to get together. And I say guys, but it's women as well. It is all ages, and it's just, even within the universe of Star Wars, they don't know they're the bad guys.
Oh,
they're just the army that's following the orders, and so it's not a good guy versus bad guy thing for them. It's just they are part of the military of that time.
I get it. They sound pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Now, when did you get started illustrating? Is this something you did when you were a kid, or did it come about as an adult?
Well, I've been a professional illustrator for about 25 years now, and I was doing science fiction work and comic book work and just whatever a commercial illustrator can get. And in 1991, I got hooked up with Dark Horse Comics, and they had just got a license to do Star Wars for the comic business. And I was working with them on a couple of projects earlier on, and when I heard that they were doing Star Wars, I threw my head into the ring and said, "Can I do Star Wars too?" And as it turned out, they liked my work, and they offered me to do the covers for Dark Empire, which is the first of the new series of Star Wars comics in 1991, and I've been doing Star Wars ever since. And
this is the craziest question, because I know you can't ask a mother to choose her favorite child, but is there a piece that's really kind of close to your heart that you really enjoyed, or the inspiration hit you and you just something about that particular one?
Well, yeah, it is a tough question because I really enjoy what I do, and I mean the artwork is my life. I've taught myself how to paint, and I've made it my craft, and I've gotten better and better, and earned respect of other artists. And what I love to do is paint. So every painting that I do, I put my heart into it. So it's hard to choose just one, and I'd rather not. I'd rather you ask me which ones I don't like rather than which ones are my favorites.
Do we have one we don't like?
Not here, not in the Star Wars. No, the Star Wars, I've been very lucky, and each piece that I've done, I've been very, very happy with.
You have the passion of an artist. I once dated an artist a very long time ago, and he said, it was young, he was like 17, if my hand were to be cut off, I would have to end my life. And he was like very serious about it.
Come on, I'm not that dramatic.
Okay.
I mean, it would be traumatic if something like that happened, but you work around it, and if you have the creativity and the love of what you do, you can work around any obstacle that is put in front of you.
Now, when people want to find your work, do they just come and find you at the conventions, or are there a particular? I know you said there's comic books, but do you have like a book of your work, or how can they find more about you?
There have been a couple of books about my work. There is a Star Wars collection that was published about 10 years ago of all my Star Wars work up to that point. If they just go on the web, they can go to davedorman.com, and that'll have the updated information on what conventions I'm doing, what projects I'm working on, and it has a backlog of artwork. If you go to the gallery section, you'll see artwork of Batman and Spider-Man and Aliens and Predator, and a lot of the other projects that I've worked on other than just the Star Wars. And then I have a blog page that if you click on, there's a news section on my regular page that goes to my blog page, and that's just me going blah, 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 blah. Talking about whatever I want to talk about. Usually it's about art, but sometimes it's about life. I did this whole blog about this thing called The Secret that's like really hot right now, and I was just, come on, there's no secret here. All it is you set a goal for your life and you work towards that goal. Nobody's going to give you what you want. You have to work for it. And so the blog is just, me spouting off.
Oh, but evidently people must like it because they go on and they read it. And
sometimes I'll put in little sneak previews of work that I'm doing, and right now on the blog there's a sneak preview of a piece of artwork I'm doing for Star Wars Celebration Europe, which it's a top secret piece of artwork, just like this one was the Lord Vader piece, and I can't talk about it until Lucasfilm.
You sure you can't talk about it? We're real cool now, Dave. We've been talking here a good 6 minutes. Come on now, we have history.
I can talk about it and say, go to my blog and see the very, very small little sneak preview of it. But it's a fun piece, and I think people are going to like it. And just like all the Star Wars work I do, I just love to do it.
Now, the last question we like to ask everyone here is that we talk to is, what's your game? If you couldn't draw anymore, if you weren't interested anymore in drawing, what would be your game?
I'd love to go back surfing. I'd love to go back to Hawaii and just lay on the beach and surf. I don't look like a surfer right now, but when I was younger and we lived in Hawaii before I started doing artwork and stuff, I just loved to surf. It was great to go out to the beach and take my tanker board and just get out in the waves and do that.
Now, do you know who Diamond Dallas Page is, the wrestler?
Yes, I do.
I interviewed him, and he said surfing, and I was imagining him on a surfboard. I was like, whoa. He's like, I can still do it. So, hey, if he can do it, anybody can do it. The guy's as big as a house.
That's exactly right. You just need a good sense of balance. It doesn't matter how big you are, as long as you can get out there, get on the board, you squat down, and you're going, and that's all you need.
Well, the next time the Weekend Gamer is in Hawaii, we'll be out there walking along the beach, and we'll try to look around and see if we catch you out there.
Look around. Look for that guy with the Darth Vader helmet on as he's surfing those big waves.
All right, Dave, thanks for taking the time out, to talk with us. I know you're busy, Dave. Everyone's trying to get some information.
Speaking with you.
It was really nice talking to you, too. And I love the work, seriously. Everything looks really great.
Much.